Good evening, welcome to Primetime News on MTV Sports. I'm Ravi Gamage.
And I'm Punshani Edrasinghe. Starting off with your headlines now.
President says divisions should not be created among the people for the sake of elections. Indian government focuses its attention on providing security to Sri Lankans in India. Former Minister Hemakumar Nanakar speaks about the state of the country.
Colombo Additional Magistrate Prasanna Alvi stated in open court today that a warrant is not required to arrest parliamentarian Duminda Silva.
Representing the family of the late Bharata Lakshman Primachando in court today, Attorney at Law Upul Kumara Pirma requested court to obtain an Interpol warrant for the arrest of Duminda Silva, as the Criminal Investigations Department has failed to furnish court with any evidence or medical reports which bear testament to the parliamentarian's claim that he is suffering from memory loss. In response, the CID noted that a report had been submitted to court which contained information pertaining to the MP's loss of memory. The CID also informed court that the relevant report had been provided by Dr. Keith No, a specialist surgeon at the Mount Elizabeth Hospital in Singapore, where Duminda Silva is being treated. The CID informed court today it had been notified by the Navagamura police that an assistant of the chief suspect Duminda Silva, Priyantha Janaka Bandara, who is also a suspect in the killings but was evading arrest, has been abducted by an armed group. The 16 suspects arrested in connection with the incident were remanded until the 18th of September, and hearings will continue on that date.
I
stated in court today that if his specialist doctors decide that he is fit, then he would return to Sri Lanka on a specially chartered flight and would appear in court. We will never evade court. It has become clear now that Duminda Silva is not a criminal but a victim in this case. As he is a person who respects the courts, he will not evade court. He will appear in court as soon as his final surgery is completed.
Duminda Silva aparada karuweknama aparada binditaya bava.
Even if Interpol is to act, a warrant has to be issued by the Sri Lanka police. Our question is as to why this is not being done. I also do not know about the medical reports. As an ordinary person, I must question how an individual can remember everything that took place before and after, but not the incident.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa says that divisions should not be created among the people for the sake of securing victory at the elections. The president expressed this view during a public rally in Kenya.
The 30-year war is over and the country is being developed. I do not need to tell you about the LTTE. There are some who are creating ethnic and religious divisions in the hope of securing votes and then destroying these people. I would like to warn them to consider the fact that the alliance has a two-thirds majority in parliament and has power in all the local councils and provincial councils. They must consider this when carrying out their activities. The president also addressed the gathering in Tamil. If two people try and repeat what the other is saying, it will take time. Therefore, I will speak to you in the way that I know. The president was extended a warm welcome by the people of Kenya.
Members of several political parties in India have demonstrated urging a group of Sri Lankans who were on a pilgrimage to the Pundi Mata Basilica in Thanjavur, Tamil Nadu, to leave India. A specially chartered flight was used to fly the pilgrims back to Sri Lanka.
India's NDTV reported that the group of Sri Lankan pilgrims who were mobbed and harassed in Tamil Nadu were attacked when they were en route to be flown back to Sri Lanka. NDTV reported this afternoon that the convoy of buses transporting over 150 Sri Lankans to the airport was attacked and several passengers were injured.
Was issued by the Sri Lankan government about travelling to Tamil Nadu.
Meanwhile, India's Sun News reported that the Indian police prevented members from the Marumalachi Davide Munnetra Kalakam, the Vidutale Chirutaigal Kachi and Tam Tamilar from storming into the area where the Sri Lankans had taken refuge. Subsequently, the group engaged in a demonstration opposite the place where the Sri Lankans were residing. Sun News also reported that the Tamil Nadu police had provided security for the Sri Lankans. As soon as we received information about this, we informed the central government through our High Commission. The central government has provided them with adequate security. Owing to security concerns, we request Sri Lankans to refrain from visiting Tamil Nadu. If you need to visit Tamil Nadu, do it via the High Commission. That is why a travel advisory has been issued. There is no problem in the other states of India. The travel advisory is restricted to Tamil Nadu. Meanwhile, the Sri Lankan High Commission in India says that special security has been provided to Sri Lankan establishments in Tamil Nadu. The Mahabodhi Society, the Deputy High Commission and other establishments will operate as usual. Adequate security has been provided, therefore there is no issue.
Meanwhile, South India's Sun TV reports that many of those who attacked the convoy of Sri Lankan pilgrims have been taken into custody. Meanwhile, the Indian government says that it will continue to take measures to ensure the safety and well-being of all Sri Lankans visiting and residing in India.
I wish to convey here that the Government of India, in close consultation with the concerned state governments, has taken and will continue to take all measures to ensure the safety, security and well-being of Sri Lankan dignitaries and visitors to India, including to Tamil Nadu. In certain instances, it has been noticed that important visits have taken place without prior intimation to the concerned authorities. I find it important to emphasize here that people-to-people contacts are an integral part of the close historical, cultural, ethnic and civilizational ties between India and Sri Lanka.
In related news, the Dravida Munnetra Kalaham or the DMK has once again informed the central government of India to stop providing training to the Sri Lankan military personnel in India. The Hindu reports that the Tamil Nadu State Parliamentary Group leader of the DMK had led a group of delegates to discuss the issue with India's Defence Minister A.K. Antony.
UMP parliamentarian Karujaya Suresh says that people in the country are being made to pay the price of the government's poor foreign policy. He expressed this view at a rally in Thalava.
A group of Sri Lankans who went to India are now being brought back because problems have cropped up. This is because we are angering all the nations that were friendly towards us, the foreign representatives who come here and also of an unusual kind. We have angered all the nations that assisted us, including the nations which assisted us with the Mahavali scheme. India is the birthplace of Lord Buddha. We don't see eye to eye with India, and that is why we are facing this situation today. We will never approve of our people being harassed, but friendly nations must be maintained with our neighbors. That is not happening today.
The
rally in Thalaba, New Hanguraketa was organized in support of UNP candidates contesting the North Central Provincial Council polls.
And I want to show that we've been following very closely. The post-mortem on the airman who was found among the rocks on the Bambalapitiya beach is to be conducted tomorrow. The airman was attached to the Ratmalana Air Force Base.
21-year-old Madhushanka Gunaratna was a resident of Kanadiniyava. Air Force spokesperson Group Captain Andrew Vijay Surya said that the deceased airman had left the Air Force camp after duty on Sunday morning. The body of the airman is currently lying at the National Hospital morgue. Meanwhile, on the 18th of last month, a youth was rescued after he was found trapped between two rocks on the beach in Kolpeti. The rescue effort took several hours. On the 23rd of last month, one person was killed after he was assaulted and shot at. On the 18th of last month, the father, mother and daughter of the same family were murdered at a house on Ramakrishna Mamata in Vellavatta. The body of an 18-year-old youth was found at a house down Sarasavi Lane on Castle Street in Borella on the 30th of last month by the police.
Here with news first, up next is a look at Action TV.
The Dambulla Base Hospital is located not far from the meeting point of the main A6 and A9 highways. Now its location confers a massive responsibility on this hospital in providing treatment to the hundreds that call over on a daily basis. While the hospital is facing a shortage of medication and equipment, preventing it from carrying out its responsibility, the Mahasangha in the area arrived at the hospital to mark 20 years since it was named after a reputed military commander. From the day it was named, various facilities have been established around this hospital. Prominent among these is the construction of this building complex, which houses an operating theatre and an intensive care unit. While the building was declared open by the Prime Minister on the 25th of February 2011, it will take some time to open the doors of the intensive care unit to patients. This is because of the layer of rust encasing the keys. The sum of money spent by the Central Province Department of Health using grants provided by the Health Ministry for equipment in this intensive care unit is 40,867,032 rupees. A clarification made on the day of the opening of this building indicates that there were problems surrounding the ICU from the day it was declared open. I must remind you that I went to the Ministry of Health and fought with the Director General of Health Services to secure the services of 12 doctors and 20 nurses for this hospital. I can responsibly state that we will not allow what we have started to be shut down. 6 of the 12 doctors who were attached to the Dambulla hospital following an undertaking by the Provincial Minister of Health were required to maintain the intensive care unit. However, not even one of these 6 individuals have been attached to the unit. All that the hospital administration can do when faced with a patient requiring intensive care is to call up other hospitals and inquire if they can secure a bed in one of the intensive care units. Shouldn't this crisis, which has evolved without the administration of the Provincial Health Ministry, be resolved immediately? Secretary to the Ministry of Health, this one is over to you.
Number of dengue patients reported over the past 8 months, 28,083. Highest number of patients reported from the Colombo district, 6,683. Colombo and suburbs experiencing rain once again. Is it not the duty of all to be prepared and not allow dengue to raise its head again?
Welcome back to the news. Still in local news, the Maubima People's Party convened its first media briefing in Colombo today.
දීර්ඝකාලීනව මේ රට ඉවරයි. මේ රටේ කෘෂිකර්මාන්තය අද ඉවරයි. කොහෙද කෘෂිකර්මාන්තයක් ඉතුරු වෙලා තියෙන්නේ?
When you look at the long term, this country is doomed. Today, agriculture in the country is finished. How can there be an agricultural industry when the seeds are being bought from Australia? There is sunshine in our country 365 days of the year. We may be without sunshine for a maximum of 10 days. There are good reservoirs, but due to the mud in the heads of those in the ministries and parliament, these reservoirs have dried up. The agricultural Sri Lanka that was red of when we were little is no more, and now only the slums are left.
අද වෙනස් වෙලා ලංකාව වනාහි මුඩුක්කු වලින් ගහන රටකි කියන තත්වයටයි අපි පත් වෙගෙන එන්නේ.
ඉන්දියාව ගැන බලන්න. ඒ කොච්චර ලොකු රටක්ද? තවත් මේ වෙස්ට්මිනිස්ටර් පාර්ලිමේන්තුව.
Look at India, which is a very large country. They still follow the Westminster parliamentary system. This protects the people. Democracy is protected. Under the system here, we are all bound to the decisions of one person. This is scary. We must give prominence to this issue. Elections can be postponed. We do not need elections until this issue is resolved.
දෙන්න ඕනේ ඉලෙක්ෂන් ඉල්ලන්න එක පස්සට දාන්න පුළුවන් අපිට. මැතිවරණ අපිට අවශ්‍ය නැහැ මේ ප්‍රශ්න විසඳන කල්.